These are the 6 specific factors identifying and describing our universe as defined by modern physics. The Bible specifically outlined these 6 factors in advance of piecemeal discoveries. That's what we do, right? We get a little bit here and we say, okay, now this is the way it should fit over here. And man has incredible ingenuity and creativity. Man's ability to experiment, to think, is phenomenal. But there's something behind all of that experimentation and that ability to think, and that is his own will and his own embracement of what he works with and sees and experiences. So the Bible specifically outlines these 6 factors in advance of our piecemeal discoveries by ancient man and modern man. It should be observed that the Bible remains the inspired revelation of absolute truth, not an accumulation of approximate observations. Did you get that? And it is the only revelation, composite revelation of absolute truth. It's not an accumulation of approximate observations that we get from laboratories. Having created a universal field of energy, the heavens, from the brightness of his glory, now hang with me. We're going to see before the lecture is finished that it was the brightness of his glory that embraced the space that he was creating simultaneously, and we'll find where that energy came from. But having created a universal field of energy, the heavens, space, from the brightness of his glory, number 1, is it possible for God to create a massive sphere of water from nothing except his energy and glory or majestic radiance? From nothing. Is it possible? I mean, can we demonstrate it? And we know God can do anything, but the question here is, can we show that it's possible? And number 2, is it possible for sound, the spoken word of God, for sound to produce light in the presence of this mass of water? Number 3, is it possible for these conditions, orchestrated by God's energy and glory, to produce all the elements in the universe? Is it possible? Hang with me. Let's see. It's been fun getting ready for this lecture. Number 1, radiance and energy can create matter. Just radiance and energy scientifically can create matter. Surprising results have come from modern scientific experiments. In an article titled, "Let There Be Matter," and the technical reference from Princeton is at the bottom of the screen. Article entitled, "Let There Be Matter," Jeffrey Winters describes the following. He writes, "Matter is just another form of energy. Now, physicists have for the first time created bits of matter from bits of light. We're able to turn optical photons into matter," reports Princeton physicist Kirk McDonald. The key piece, he writes, from Discover, December 1997, the key piece was a laser capable of packing a tremendous amount of energy into a small space. By focusing the laser on an area just 16 millionths of a square inch. How big is that? That big. Not that big, that big. You can't compress it enough. 16 billionths of a square inch. The physicist bathed a spot with an incredibly intense electromagnetic field. When a group of photons with the right energy crowded close enough together, out popped a pair of particles, an electron and its antimatter twin, a positron. Wow! Energy and radiance can create matter. Secularists have incessantly ridiculed the Bible on the subject of God making the universe out of nothing. However, modern physical experiments have turned the tables somewhat. While still holding to their secular long-age explanations, leading physicists have now admitted that the universe could have been created from nothing but energy.